Okay, so there is a lot of clickbait surrounding this topic right now, so I want to clarify completely right from the start. I will be summarizing some information that leads me to believe that Red Dead Redemption 2 is extremely likely to be coming to PC. An exact time frame is obviously unknown, but the video is going to be a collection of factors that indicate a PC release being almost certain at this point. This isn't a 10-minute, 50-second something video where only halfway through do I even acknowledge the all caps title and say, well, I really have no idea because I just have no idea. It may end up being about that length, but that's the only similarity, at least I hope. So without further ado, let's jump in. There are a multitude of speculative reasons why Red Dead 2 may or may not come to PC, but the vast majority seem to point to yes, and I will focus on the bigger ones. To start off with, there is an appearance on the LinkedIn platform a while ago contained within a Rockstar employee's profile that referred to Red Dead Redemption 2 in the information section. The game was clearly labeled as being for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. By itself, that means nothing. It could easily be a simple error, and in fact the information was later changed and reflects simply PS4 and Xbox One now, but it's a good starting place. Next, and unrelated to the LinkedIn listing, it soon surfaced that a Dutch retailer by the name Media Market had posted a placeholder for the PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2 on their website. Again, inconsequential when isolated, but leaks from the retailer side of things have been known to happen. Oftentimes, pre-listed items do in fact end up being offered, and even on the given days specified at times. It happened with Microsoft, HBO, it happened with Amazon, many companies out there. It isn't uncommon, and in a vacuum is probably nothing to take too seriously, but there's more. The listing held December 31st, 2019 as a presumed placeholder release date, and I'll discuss this more later on. That would actually fit fairly well within the framework of Rockstar's past PC port releases and make a lot of sense given the scope and popularity of Red Dead 2. The listing has since been removed, like the LinkedIn profile information, and that may be a simple explanation of the public spotlight highlighting an actual mistake and it thus being taken down. Or it could be that Rockstar is very deliberately holding the curtains closed, which is fairly normative for them. From here, we can move on to some more interesting stuff. This 25-second clip here surfaced, and I'll just let it play before discussing. The clip shows what appears to be the game filmed from a second device straight off the screen and not in fact captured natively, running on PC, and when exploring the settings menu it seemed that all the expected PC settings are present. The user cycles through some of them, changes things, and though brief, it very much resembles a working PC ported version of Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, the thing is, clips can be faked and videos can be doctored, and there are a multitude of different ways that this could be incorrect or fabricated, and if it has since been proven as falsified, I apologize for including it. But after further research, I could find absolutely nothing to confirm nor deny it, leaving it as a sort of question mark that looks pretty significant to me, honestly. The user who originally uploaded the footage deleted their own YouTube channel, but not before the clip began to circulate. So, by the way, if Rockstar DMCA's this or otherwise contacts me to shut it down, I will make sure to tell everyone everywhere that it is almost certainly true. Shutting down leaked information is usually an indication that it's correct, and they don't want people seeing it. But again, not entirely convincing by itself. Also, the proposed PC clip is of the day one version of the game as proven by the console release numbers. So while I want to believe the clip, it really cannot be taken as proof and could very well be doctored. Next, we move to the absolute best indication yet. As the companion app for Red Dead Redemption 2 launched, an outlet by the name Rockstar Intel uncovered lines of code that strongly point to a PC version. The code can be seen here, and there are pages and pages of indications that point to a PC version, but I'll just stick to the more important ones. But again, there are a lot of them. The frame limiter is very telling. Other fragments that appear in GTA 5 Online are also present, but most importantly, the line companion AutoConnect IP PC, that's pretty clearly a tie-in somehow to the PC platform. To be totally fair, I cannot even remotely claim to be an expert on the intricacies of coding, the exact parameters outlined by these lines, or how telling they truly are, but there appears to be more and more indicators that the PC version is indeed on its way. Now, discussing profit for a moment, we sort of devolve into speculation because I don't have the mechanisms to gather the data needed to conclusively prove these assumptions, but that being said, I am very, very confident. Grand Theft Auto 5, as we know, did in fact make it to PC, while the original Red Dead Redemption game did not. A lot of this has to do with cost. Would it be profitable to port the game from console to PC? Would it justify the development time, the pricing, etc., etc.? Well, in the case of the original Red Dead Redemption video game, in combination with a few other factors, I'm sure, at least most likely, the decision not to create a PC version was in fact reached. But for Grand Theft Auto 5, due to its massive interest, even if it were to be a very costly affair to develop a fully functional PC version, they forged ahead and it has been insanely profitable as a result. Red Dead Redemption 2 has absolutely dwarfed its predecessor on the sales charts, far surpassing the original game, and that gap will only continue to grow over time. It did not surpass Grand Theft Auto 5, however, and likely never will, but it was in the ballpark, grossing the second highest total in opening weekend of all existing Rockstar games. It even topped the Marvel film Avengers Infinity War as well. When it comes down to a stone-cold profit analysis, I see no possible way that Rockstar would refrain from producing a PC-ported copy of Red Dead 2. It might even be fiscally irresponsible at this point not to. It's safe to say at this point that I am nearly positive a PC release is coming, and I personally believe the question is when and not if. Historically, Rockstar has taken very long periods of time to carry out these conversions. Grand Theft Auto 5 took around 17 months to make it to PC. That's well over a year. The previous installment, Grand Theft Auto 4, took about 7 months, but still a lengthy period of time, even though far less. And given the scope of Red Dead Redemption 2, it could be closer to Grand Theft Auto 5's release timeframe, but I'd be more inclined to split the difference and land it at about 1 year. Plus or minus a month or two from the original October release window in 2018, that would land us at the end of year 2019 as the release window, right in line with the December 31st placeholder date that is seen on Media Market during the first leak that we discussed in the video. Now, that's really a strange date, so I'm more inclined to believe it's a loose placeholder than not, and than to think it's concrete. Because who launches a game that's directly after the Christmas holidays? That just doesn't make any sense. But a rough 1 year period could land the PC version at an October or November release very, very easily, encompassing the holiday buying season, fitting in with Rockstar's track record, and overall meshing quite well with everything we have heard thus far. The decision on whether or not to port Red Dead 2 to PC was made a long time ago. This isn't something they are just now thinking and talking about. It's probably already basically finished, or it was never started and it's never going to come. But that really doesn't seem possible to me anymore. It could end up happening far sooner than a full year delay. That would actually be fantastic. It may end up coinciding with other major releases that are hitting the scene in mid-early 2019, which would not be surprising at all. But if I was forced to make a precise prediction, I would speculate mid-November 2019 for the Red Dead 2 PC release. One last quote of note is a response to the question of why Red Dead Redemption the original did not come to PC that got answered back in 2011, and the response read, "All we can say is that whenever it is viable, technically, developmentally, and business-wise, for us to release a game for PC or on any other platform, we will and we usually do. Unfortunately, this is just not the case 100% of the time for all platforms." The obvious top point of that triangle is business. If it's profitable enough, companies will basically release anything nowadays. So if they are poised to make money, you best believe it's coming to PC. But that hinges on how difficult it is from a technical and developmental perspective. Red Dead the original was 8 years ago. Tech has changed. Not only that, but the sequel has far outsold it and will continue to do so. Even if there were baked in and horrendous issues with both the development and technical points, they have had nearly a decade to improve them. And the business side of things is about as juicy as it gets within the industry to push forward a PC version. The last important word is viable. They didn't say whenever it is possible, they said viable, which means money yet again. A PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2 is absolutely viable, and we may even see it sooner than most of us expect. To tie back into my title specifically, because the word clickbait gets thrown around now in such a nonchalant way, it's basically become synonymous with "I don't like you, so, clickbait." Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC is highly likely, almost guaranteed. It's, at this point, almost completely guaranteed. And if I'm wrong, yes, I'll eat my words, but this video was designed to be an outline that justifiably proves the title and my current position. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. If you want to get involved with Upper Echelon or support the channel in a bunch of different ways, there are various links down below in the description. Facebook group, Discord server, and our own gaming forums. Also, with the launch of Anthem and Division 2, we'll be starting to scale up our community events and things like that. So join us if you'd like to. Now is the perfect time. I'll cut it there though. I'll stop rambling. As always, thank you for watching and have a nice night.